Hello there, survivors, and welcome back to another video in ARK Survival Ascended, and it's time for the spooky month. It's almost Halloween, and hopefully also Fear Ascended, and we've done a little Halloween build here on Extinction in the Sunken Forest. Me and a few builders have come together and tried to make a really cool spooky little village with a haunted forest and abandoned cabins in the forest, of course, some real cool spooky buildings, as well as a church and of course a graveyard around it to fit all the vibes and make some really spooky builds. And today we're going to take a look around, maybe to inspire you for your own spooky builds if you're still trying to get those finished before Fear Ascended is here, or whilst Fear Ascended is here, and yeah, hopefully have some real fun times. So there we go, we are here on Extinction. If you want to know, we are located right over here on the map. Oh, and before I forget to mention, there's actually a time lapse of us building this thing right at the end of the video. And we've got some spooky builds. I'll probably try to list a lot of the mods we've used down in the comments. You can see there's some werewolf running around. There is some spooky friends around. So I did this build with the Chickenman, IAMNESSA, and Wild. And they're also here to spook me. So let's take a look. We have the square here with some cool statues here in the middle. We have a bunch of skeletons everywhere. And of course, little pumpkins for the Halloween spirit. Woo! We have a werewolf running around. There we go. And we have a skeletal raptor as well. We have the Whomping Willow here. The Whomping Willow tree made out of JVH trees. And we have the Shrieking Shack up that hill. But we also have a really cool little thing right over here. There's a concert going on here. A skeletal concert. Woohoo! Let's go. Playing some music. Just a little scene created with a bunch of these skeletons. There's quite a few of them, and some are slightly moving and swaying about. But yeah, just little scenes like this to add some extra details to the place. And then we have the Shrieking Shack right up there. Inspired, of course, by the one we see in the Harry Potter movies. And we can actually make our way up there if we wanted to. I made like a pathway with JVH landscaping up to the top of the rock that we can take to check out the shack. It should be fully walkable or jumpable at least to get us all the way up, and then we get a good look out of the square here with a bunch of the buildings. You can see a building on its side over there, and then we have the Shrieking Shack here. We have a wolf howling out of the window there. A little bit of the Halloween decorations. We've used a few different Halloween mods and skim pack to kind of get those vibes going, but there's some really cool things in there. If you're into the spooky season, you might like some of these little decorations, and it's quite nice to do a themed build like this. Oh, there's a spooky thing there. So yeah, we have some spooky friends hiding from us and trying to scare us along the way. So yeah, that's the Shrieking Shack what I worked on the first half of this. We did this in like 2 evenings of building, kind of just impromptu, not preparing too much, but it was really fun to work on. And I like doing these little build streams, well, not streams, time lapses, and yeah, do some cool themed builds. We got a little bit of a graveyard going on here with some ghosts coming out of it as well. Then we have this really cool abandoned building made by the Chickenman himself. Again, some ghosts popping out of the ground here. Most of these builds won't have any interiors, but they still have some really cool exteriors. Oh, there's actually a skeleton there. I didn't even see it. Oh my god. Yeah, really cool little details around the place, as you can see. Boarded up windows, and just a really cool build in general, actually. There is some spooky things behind the windows as well. Same actually for the Shrieking Shack. But yeah, really cool build. Fitting the creepy vibes and the whole scene. Just quite cool. Oh, we got some Zomdodos running around here too. We've got the big skeletons, and yeah, quite like the spooky vibes here with the red fog here to make it even spookier and creepier. Then we're going into the forest because there is, of course, some cabins in the woods. One of them being this one right here. Small, spooky little cabin right at the entrance of the forest. Just some small buildings using CKF here. Really nice, actually. Tiny little cabin, and then we have another little cabin right over here too, with some dodos out in front. Spooky little cabin. Ooh, dodos running up on me. We again don't really have any interior, but we do have a nice little chair here to rock on and enjoy the views here of this spooky little square. And yeah, some nice decorations around, as you can see. There's another little spooky cabin here in the woods, and then we're actually going into the forest. Oh, there's a skeleton. I don't know which ones are real, which ones are not. Didn't think about that. But yeah, we have a bit of a forest that we created ourselves with JVH to kind of, you know, increase the vibes here. And then there should be another cabin that I worked on. So that the first one was Chicken's cabin. I think that one was Nessa cabin. And then my cabin should be somewhere up here. There we go. Right over here. We got the pumpkin to mark the start of the path. And then this little viewing spot, I think, is quite great because you kind of have the light coming in. Oh, we have a werewolf there as well. I really like this little angle because the light hits the house just perfectly. We actually have a little bit of a graveyard here as well. We can see spooky skeleton standing behind it. We can walk up the path. There we go. Got a spooky werewolf waiting for us. And yeah, then we have my little cabin out in the woods. Oh, there's another skeleton. I didn't even notice there was a player there. Oh god. Yeah, we're gonna this is my little cabin. It's a very small, tiny little build, but I do quite like it. It's got some greenery on it, a bit overgrown, a bit broken up. I will upload this as a template if you want to get a spooky little shack. Well, you can make it spooky or you cannot make it spooky. But yeah, just a nice little cabin out in the woods, just using frontier skin and vanilla pieces. Yeah, you might wanna build this nice little house. Very simple, but I quite like the way it turned out actually. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make a template out of that, just as a little Halloween gift. Then we're gonna make our way back onto the square. And we should make our way over to the next building. Again, really had a lot of fun working on this project, getting some of these spooky themed builds together. So do let me know if you'd like to see more of this for like different themes. Of course, we got Christmas coming up, which we could do, or, you know, there's a bunch of other themes we could definitely do some of these time-lapse builds for. So yeah, just let me know what you guys would like to see for this. And then we have another cool, creepy building here. I think there's a movie reference in here and I forgot which one it was, but it is quite a cool house, that is for sure. We got the spooky drive up to the entrance here. Skeleton on there. Oh, there's a skeleton coming out of the building as well. Creepy purple glow behind it. Oh, there we go. And yeah, just some cool details at the front as well with the pumpkins and everything. The skeletons around. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Really, really cool vibes. For a long time, it was quite open and some random builds around. But now if you look around, it really feels like we're in the theme of a scary little village, which is really, really cool. So we have a bunch of little details everywhere. We have this cart pulled by a stego, and the owner is kind of in despair because the stego dropped the cart and he won't go on any further. He won't go on any further anymore. So that skeleton is in a little bit of despair, as you can see. And then we've got this build on an angle, as you can see, which already is mind breaking, but it does look really, really cool. Oh no, there's a creepy girl here. There's a very creepy girl running into the building. Oh no. Oh no. We don't like those. There's also just some skeletons hanging out and some custom ghost skins around the place. You can see some creepy ghosts in the building too, which is a little disturbing. And there's even someone hiding in the sewers, as you can see. Very creepy, all come together. But of course, the most scary thing is this building is on an angle. If you try to go in, it messes with your brain big time. But it is always a fun little trick to go for. Oh god, that girl scares me. That might be too spooky to visit. But yeah, in general, the vibes around us, the whole atmosphere of this place, I really like. And now it's time to go over to the church, which is right here. And of course, we have the whole cemetery there. We have the skeletons trying to escape here. Oh, we got more skeletons here trying to they're succeeding, but there's a few more skeletons that didn't quite make it all the way out of the cemetery. As you can see, they're all around here, and we've got the priest here as well, standing right in the door welcoming us. So yeah, we have a nice little church up here with, of course, a little graveyard all the way around with some really cool tombstones. And the church itself actually is quite a cool building, to be fair. Especially these double layers walls. This is some magic with different snap points that they're playing with, which is quite cool to get those double layers. Really cool little church here. And then we have a creepy graveyard to visit as well. But yeah, this building is definitely very cool. Again, these double set walls, some trickery going on there to get that. And then we have the graveyard itself. Seems to be some little skeletons roaming around the graveyard. And yeah, it's pretty creepy out here. We got some jerboas walking around, bunch of gravestones and tombstones all around us. Oh, there's a skeleton standing there too. Yeah, just a spooky, overgrown graveyard. You have to have one of these, of course, if you're going to do a Halloween build, and especially with some of these statues, that makes for really cool decor all around us. I like these big dino bones as well to bring in the ARK feeling again. Oh, and we got the little jerboas hopping around. Oh, we got skeletons and jerboas here. Very cool. Then we have some more statues. Oh, we have a little scene in the windows. Oh, I think that's to get the light in the windows on the other side. Yeah, we got more graveyard up here, some bones, some freshly dug graves as well. And ooh, there's the bones trying to get into the tomb. We have, yeah, just some really cool atmosphere in general, I think, which is really cool, which is really fun to work on together. Because especially this part, it was all of us working on the church and the graveyard at the same time, which was a really fun experience. So yeah, we got some really cool, creepy graveyard here and whole church to match it. And then there's a few little details around this side as well. Of course, the Whomping Willow itself, but then we can make it all the way here. We have a little coffin here with a little shark in there. You didn't think there was going to be a video without a shark, did you? There we go. The shark is hidden in there. And then we got a bunch more details around here. I built a little crypt. I built a little crypt out here, just as, you know, adding something extra. And then there's a bunch of things here actually to see. Lots of little things to kind of just fill in the rest of the island. You know, making sure it all feels like one whole, but it's best experienced, of course, walking around as we just did to really explore all the little corners of this build. There's lots of little details to see, but more importantly, just the whole atmosphere. If you're standing here in the middle, looking around over the build, it's really cool. I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I hope you guys liked it as well. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And now, of course, we'll jump into the time lapse of us building the entire thing. But yeah, hope you enjoy. And there we go. That is it for this spooky Halloween village with the forest, with the abandoned cabins in the woods, of course, with the shrieking shack, with a bunch of cool Halloween themed builds, and of course a creepy graveyard and a church to finish it all off. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Really appreciate the support, and feel free to let me know what future builds you'd like to see down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.